Hi to everyone at the Democratic Party of Evanston. My name's Holly Kim, and I have the honor of serving 2 terms as County Treasurer in Lake County, Illinois. I'm running for Illinois Comptroller because Illinois deserves an independent fiscal watchdog to carry that torch that Susana Mendoza is graciously passing on. My background? It's in the tech sector and the .coms. My specialty is innovation, process improvement, software rollouts, and reform, which honestly we need in government right now. My history as county treasurer is the intersection of math and social justice. I was able to invest in such a way that I gave back $6.4 million back to my schools, parks, and libraries. And that's really unheard of in government, to give money back. Billions of dollars come out of my office, and all checks have my name on them. And that means out of 5 people running for controller, I'm the only one who's already doing the job. Additionally, I've been a fighter for the people. When a union asks me to show up to a rally or a picket, I'm there. And I've started 2 rapid response teams to fight ICE. And I've held over 100 financial literacy classes to empower the community. I'm a privacy rights advocate that follows the ACLU. And the Office of Illinois Comptroller sits on everyone's personal data. One of my platforms is to protect us all from federal MAGA overreach. And I'm honored to be endorsed by your mayor of Evanston, Daniel Biss. I also have endorsements from over 80 Democratic leaders from all across the state. And I look forward to answering your questions from the Democratic Party of Evanston. All right, so here we go. Question number 1 is about the progressive income tax. Yes, I do support a progressive income tax in Illinois. I grew up in a working class family, and my parents had a small business in Chicago's Koreatown on Lawrence. And I became a young mom in college who relied on government assistance to get by. I know firsthand that a flat tax asks too much of families who are already stretched thin, while asking that same percentage from people whose lives are far more financially secure. That doesn't reflect fairness, and it doesn't reflect reality. Working in the money and tax field, I also know that big companies regularly write off their expenses, and some pay little to no taxes. Wealthy individuals can also hide assets legally offshore. A progressive income tax is about aligning our tax system with our values: responsibility, equity, and sustainability. As controller, my role is to be a watchdog of state finances, to ensure that taxpayer dollars are collected responsibly, spent efficiently, and reported transparently. When revenue systems are more equitable and stable, it makes it easier to pay bills on time, invest wisely, and avoid that boom and bust budgeting that hurts communities the most. But this isn't about punishment, and it's about building a tax structure that works for families and for the long-term health of Illinois. Question number 2, you asked if I would support a guaranteed minimum monthly income. The answer is yes. I support the idea of a guaranteed minimum monthly income, especially when it's implemented thoughtfully and evaluated honestly. There was a time in my life when one unexpected bill, whether it's a car repair, a medical expense, it would completely derail my finances. When you're living that close to the edge, stability matters more than anything. And programs that provide predictable, modest income support have shown that people overwhelmingly use that money on necessities like rent, food, childcare, transportation, and the things that allow them to keep working, keep parenting, and keep moving forward. From the controller's perspective, income stability is also economic stability. When families can meet basic needs, they rely less on emergency systems, avoid costly crises, and participate more fully in the economy. The Comptroller's Office plays a key role in ensuring that these programs are financially accountable, data-driven, and transparent, so that taxpayers can trust that public dollars are producing real outcomes and not just good intentions. All right, question number 3. Your question is whether I would support universal pre-K and Head Start. The answer is yes. I strongly believe in universal pre-K. When I was in college and had a kid unexpectedly, I signed them up for the Head Start program. It wasn't just childcare. It was early education, stability, and support during a time when I was doing everything I could to build a better future for my family. That experience stayed with me because I saw how early investment changes outcomes, not just for children, but for the entire family. I'm a firm believer and advocate for the Head Start program and universal pre-K. Prevention always saves the most money, and early education and intervention is one of the smartest investments a state can make. It starts everyone on a level playing field for kindergarten. It improves educational outcomes, supports working parents, and reduces long-term costs in remediation, social services, and even the criminal justice system. So, the question isn't whether Illinois can afford it, it's whether we can afford not to. As Comptroller, I would focus on ensuring funding that it's distributed responsibly, existing early childhood programs be fully leveraged, and dollars are tracked transparently so that the public can see the return on investment. This builds a strong case visually on why Head Start is a great program and a smart financial oversight that allows us to fund bold ideas, is sustainable in many ways. I'm living proof that when we invest early and manage those investments well, we don't just change individual lives, we strengthen the future of our entire state. And I can't emphasize enough, the Illinois State Comptroller's Office is a real money department that needs real money experience. I can fight for our progressive values and manage our finances with real executive experience. I'm the best of both worlds. And if I'm blessed to win this election, I will also make history as the first Asian American constitutional officer ever in the history of Illinois. Again, my name is Holly Kim, and I ask for your vote of confidence for Illinois State Comptroller. Thank you. Bye.